Okay, 8th graders. So this is the how-to for the comparing the planets graphing activity. Now, for this graphing activity, what you're going to need is you're going to need the page that literally just says comparing the planets graphing activity. And it should be stapled together with questions on the back, your table, and then nothing else. But then also what you need is you need to have this graphing packet, and I know it's really hard to see because I have my iPad stuck in a position, but it's the graphing practice or packet that has like all of the names of the planets going across the bottom, and then you're comparing mass or diameter or distance from the sun, all that kind of fun jazz. You'll need both of those, okay? So let's start. Make sure that you put your name at the top so that I don't get confused on who did what. And let's read the directions. So, you will be collecting data on the 8 planets within our solar system, ranging from diameter of each planet to the number of moons that are within the planet's gravitational orbit. Through the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting data, you will be able to state a claim and support it with the evidence as to the role of gravity in the formation of our solar system. Okay? So, just read that. So, instructions. Listen to the PowerPoint labeled Comparing the Planets and record your data in the table provided. After gathering the data, make sure that all of the points are within the unit all the way down the column. So make sure that if you're looking at things that you have the correct units. During class or view the recording, we will complete the mass of each planet graph together to ensure understanding. That's going to be on this, by the way. Number 4, independently, each learner will create a graph with the data that was collected on the corresponding set of data graphs. Make sure that before you mark the graph that you are using the correct set of data for the correct graph paper. I have everything labeled to go along with that. Complete the following graphs. So you will need to complete the diameter of the planet comparison, which we will do together, average distance from the sun, period of rotation comparison, period of revolution comparison, and number of moons comparison. Then answer the following questions in complete sentences. What I want you to do is I want you to underline and star whatever you need to do to remember complete sentences. This is an assessment. Okay? So, questions using the graphs you just created and the graph of the planetary mass comparison we did together. How do the characteristics of the inner rocky planets compare to the characteristics of the outer gas giant planets? What are some similarities? What are some differences? How can you tell that one planet is a rocky planet versus one's a gas planet? That sort of a thing. Based on the evidence of the data collected, write a hypothesis about how a planet's location and size relates to other characteristics. This is where you are going to be able to, with the evidence and role of gravity in the formation of the solar system. That's where this comes into play. So I just drew an arrow down here to help you. Okay, so to be able to collect all of this data, listen to the PowerPoint label Comparing the Planets. That is found within your Schoology folder in the assessments. Okay, and then you are going to be able to fill in this graph. So I took the time, I went through, I listened to my PowerPoint and whatnot, and I was able to identify each of the planets, their masses, their diameters, the average distance from the sun, period of rotation, period of revolution, and the number of moons for all 8 of our planets. Okay, again, all of this is found within the PowerPoint. So now that I have that data, I'm going to go back to my directions. So after gathering the data, make sure that all of the points within the units are the same down the column. So I need to make sure that all of my mass units are in kilograms. All of my diameter is within kilometers, or kilometers, however you want to say it. Average distance from the sun is in AUs, or astronomical units. This is the one that people get messed up, okay? So period of rotation. You noticed probably once you got to Mars that things started just working in hours. So you will need to make sure that you turn 59 days into 1,416 hours, or 2.4 days into 58.6 hours. Okay? You can have both listed, but you're going to want the hours to make your graphing a whole lot easier. And then the next one would be period of revolution. And again, you'll notice that after Earth, everything turns into years. So you're going to want to make sure that Earth is a year, that Venus is 0.6 of a year, and Mercury is 0.2 of a year. Okay? So that everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The number of moons, it's just the number of moons. So that is that.